Hi, I'm Misha Harrison and this is People of RYOBI.
Well, there it is. Through the rain and the wind, I'm finally here in this beautiful studio. Misha, you've been here about 3 years, but where did your artistic journey start?
My artistic journey started from just when I was a little girl. I've always done art, I've always been a hands-on kind of person. I then continued on to study at Wollongong University. I then did my honours degree after that, and then I've been dabbling away in my studio ever since. So it's been a big journey. So it's entailed like a lot of different kind of styles and kind of exhausting all avenues until I finally arrived at the woodcut art that you see today.
Yeah, I mean, what is art to you?
Art to me is passion. It's part of my soul, it's part of who I am. I wouldn't be who I am today without art. It's also, some people will go meditate. Art and power tools is my meditation. I can totally switch off from the world and think about exactly what I have to do and what needs to be done and what I'm going to do next. And it's a form of therapy. I come out feeling on top of the world, clear-minded and just ready for anything. Ever since I was even a little kid, I was always following my dad around the workshop, just always interested in building. While other girls were playing with dolls, I was playing with power tools or hammers and nails. I was up a tree, bright, colourful, loud, that's me.
What is this art that you do?
That's a good question. So the woodcut art, I guess that's significant to my style. So you're not going to type into Google and see woodcut art and you're not going to see this anywhere else. But basically what it is, I'll talk you a bit through my process. So I sketch the initial design down. I'll use a jigsaw, router and drill, and I'll start cutting out all the different shapes, and then I'll be building up the different shapes with thicker plywood. So initially it all slots into the background like a jigsaw puzzle. And to help with this kind of dimension and depth, I will cut out a tile motif background, which is part of my my current style. And the background is created by drilling hundreds of holes into all the different little parts of the tile that needs to be cut out, and then laying it over the background. And then once it's glued and nailed down, I'll then flip it over and then cut back into it to have the initial subject matter being able to be sunk in. So the first tools I started with would have been my dad's, because I pinched his toolbox all the time when I was living at home, when I was a young lass. The drill was the first ever thing that I probably used. Then jigsaw and drop saw. I actually got a drop saw off my parents for Christmas one year. It was the best Santa Claus present ever. And then over the years, I've developed such a huge tool collection, because you really, once you get familiar with one thing, you think, okay, I need to do this, and how can I get this this kind of texture or technique? And usually it's a different tool altogether. So you buy another tool and you learn how to use it. Some people don't get that I don't put it through a laser cutter and just have it all done the work done for me. But the other half of people that do invest in my art and buy it, they really appreciate the handmade. So all the little quirky human errors in there, and each piece is unique. Even the multiples of the tile backgrounds, every single one of those is unique to the other one. One artist that has inspired me is an artist from the mid-19th century called William Morris. And his ideas, he was an artist and designer, and his main ideas was that the ready-made and mass-produced items lack soul. So his main thing was to bring handmade items back. And I think that conversation's relevant now more than ever. We're just inundated with the ready-made and the mass-produced, and I guess that's where my art comes in. I'm bringing that human connection back with the handmade.
So it's the Be Inspired piece. Talk me through it.
Yeah, so this is a commission work for RYOBI. They wanted the text be inspired because that's really what the brand and what I'm all about. The text was going to be challenging for me because I've not really worked with text before, but
Yeah, we've really figured out a way to integrate my style into a work
Love
that's
it.
text.
There's lots of different ways to get creative, but in an artistic sense, just opening up and allowing your creativity to come through. Yeah, pen to paper, getting out the paints, just for me, having no, like if you're doing an abstract, having no end product in mind and just letting that internal artist come out is always interesting to see where it leads.
Give me your number one piece of advice to future generations.
Yeah, just to be inspired by life, be inspired by what you're doing for work, really throw yourself into different situations, figuring out what makes you tick, and just don't be stuck in a boring life that you're not enjoying. I think inspiration is everything with life and with art, with anything really.